Well, finally, Justin Trudeau has resigned.
It's the day Trudeau resigns.
Lots of people clamored for this, and it has finally happened. I really don't know how to process this information because it's a bitter sweet news for me. And please, this has nothing to do with whether I like JT or not. This is my personal feeling, and you are entitled to yours. But feelings aside, Justin Trudeau, Prime Minister of Canada, has announced his intention to resign as Canada's Prime Minister. And for me, the topmost question in my mind is, are we about to witness the end of immigration as we know it in Canada? Could this be the beginning of a massive shake-up that could change everything? Let's talk about that. And please leave all your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. First of all, let's face it, whether you love him or you hate him, Justin Trudeau has been the face of Canada for nearly a decade. He was elected Prime Minister in 2015, and his policies have shaped the country's immigration system, the economy, and the reputation of Canada worldwide. But with his resignation, there's a lot of uncertainty in the air. There was so much clamor for his resignation that, well, now that he's gone, will immigration numbers drop? Will housing prices stabilize? And what does this mean for Canada's future? Well, before I get ahead of myself, let's start from the very beginning. Justin Trudeau first took office in 2015, and back then, he was like the golden boy of Canada politics. People were excited about his promises of inclusivity, progressive policies, and yes, a more welcoming immigration system. Canadians just loved him. But fast forward to 2025, and things look very different. First is the immigration boom. Under Trudeau, immigration hit record numbers. Express entry draws, family sponsorships, refugee resettlements, you name it. It grew. Like we say back home, it scattered. Canada became a top destination for immigrants worldwide. But with this boom came challenges. Cities like Toronto and Vancouver became some of the most expensive places to live in the entire world, mostly because of high demand and low supply. Simple economics. With rising housing costs, Canadians could no longer afford to rent, talk less of buying houses. And of course, we started seeing a cost of living crisis. Groceries, rent, transportation, you name it. Everything has gone up, and Canadians are very frustrated. What about the political fatigue? Trudeau's once charismatic image sadly has dimmed. You name it, scandals, perceived inaction, and disruptive policies have made him deeply, deeply unpopular, and Canadians are openly exhausted by his leadership. So his resignation clearly does not really surprise anyone. It was only a matter of time. But what happens now? Trudeau is out. What next? Oh, we could sit here and talk about it for hours. But I just want to focus on three big scenarios. One, immigration policies. If the Conservative Party takes over, I believe that we can expect a dramatic shift in immigration policies. I believe that we will see lower immigration targets. We might even see a rollback to pre-COVID levels, or even a pause altogether. I believe that there will be stricter requirements. For example, eligibility criteria for express entry, for sponsorships, studying in Canada. I believe that eligibility requirements for all of these will get tougher. I also believe that there might be a shift in focus on domestic issues. The Conservatives are likely to prioritize housing and cost of living issues over expanding immigration. These are just my thoughts, but of course, many, many things could happen. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Some of you have asked that what would be the immediate implication for immigration currently. Personally, I don't think that this will have any impact on immigration or immigration levels currently. It should have no impact. It should also have no impact on RCC draws or them approving visas for those who have applied or who will apply. Despite his announcement of his resignation, I believe that, well, when it comes to immigration, everything will continue as normal for now until he finally, resigns as Prime Minister or until we know what happens next. Now, back to the Liberal Party. They still need to run primaries to find a new leader and a new candidate for Prime Minister. What can we expect? Really, I don't know. I mean, I have some thoughts, but I would rather keep those thoughts to myself and just wait and see. But regardless of what happens with the primaries or who wins, immigration policies might enter a period of uncertainty. Application processing times could increase as the government reorganizes, because really new leadership often means reviewing and potentially overhauling existing policies. I believe that there are some big changes that may be coming to immigration regardless. So, having said all that, let me come back to you. If you're planning to move to Canada or you're already here, you really need to stay informed. Keep an eye on the government's announcements and the IRCC updates. Put your ears to the ground. And please be proactive. If you're eligible to apply now, don't wait. Apply while things are still the way they are, the way we know it. Because I really don't know why you are still delaying. I don't. Policies could change overnight. You should also diversify your options. Check your eligibility for different pathways. Consider the express entry, provincial nominee pathway, studying in Canada, sponsorship, anything. Just check if you qualify. And then prepare financially. Cost of everything is rising. So you're going to need to budget accordingly. Hold your money and make sure that your money is complete. Justin Trudeau's resignation marks the end of an era and the beginning of a critical moment in Canada's history. Personally, I don't believe this is the end of immigration in Canada. It's just a bend in the road. The future of immigration in Canada may be uncertain right now, but it's not the end. Change is inevitable, and those who prepare will have the best chance of success. Whether the Conservatives win and reduce immigration, or the Liberals win and find a way to balance immigration, we move. Nothing stops us. The decisions made in the coming months will shape Canada for years to come, especially for immigrants. And no matter who wins, like I said before, Canada will always need skilled workers, students, and families. Keep that in mind. And like I always say, remain positive. No news is bad news. It is just news. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Now, back to those who are looking to immigrate to Canada in 2025. Make sure you go ahead and watch this video where I talk about some of the new pathways that we're expecting in 2025. Watch it to stay informed and consider the best options for you in 2025. Bye.